All right. Happy Wednesday, everybody. We are back. You get me and Dr. Delphine today. I know we've had some guest speakers on the past couple days. We are just really, really excited about this event we have coming up. It's August 23rd, 6:30 p.m. It's a Tuesday night in Palatine. We rented out Cutting Hall, which is a performing arts studio. It holds 450 people. Just an amazing opportunity to help grow with our knowledge, help learn something new, help understand how the body works, how the body heals, and hear it from medical professionals. So, Dr. Larry Pavlevsky is one of our guest speakers. Dr. Larry is an NYU trained medical doctor. He got his medical license at NYU, which is the second highest rated medical university in the country. He's been in hospitals, he's been in emergency room, he's been neonatal, prenatal. He's a pediatrician. He's a medical doctor. He's not just some guy off the street. This is one of the top top pediatricians in the world. Leah Wilson is the founder for Stand for Health Freedom. I'll let Dr. Delphine share a little bit more about her story. But Delphine, why don't you just kind of, why is this exciting to you? Why are we doing this event?
Well, really, I think like three. I mean, we always want to pursue and research this past 15 years that we've been parents on how to take care of our kids more naturally, holistically. And then this past 3 years, I mean, we're both chiropractors, doctors, but before everything else, we're parents. And I feel like this past 3 years, we've been really advocating for our kids in a way that we ever thought of. Really, we're always advocate for their health, but then with all the changes with school and their rights, we have been pushed into like a field that was completely unknown to us. Like we started to go to board meetings and then really again advocating and learning about laws and really, more about the Constitution, especially me, I would say. But and I feel like other parents just feel the same way. So why not share? Like we have access to great speakers, great doctors, lawyers because of what we do, conferences that we go to all the time. We have access to those people that nobody else can really. So why not bring them to our community? Why not use that connection that we have and bring them to our community so more moms and dads, just like you and I, can be empowered in a field that can be completely unknown? Because that's what we've seen. Like a lot of parents have changed. A lot of people, their see health and everything else very differently than they thought of before. But they just don't know what does that look like. I mean, we went to school for this. We've keep studying, we keep researching, we keep going to conferences, we keep learning for the past 15, 16 years. It's not something that you run into a magazine and suddenly you have all the wealth and knowledge that you need to know. It's something that's continuous. So some people are like, well, we were 16, 15 years ago, and now they just don't know. And that can be very scary. So we
We
want
have
to have
Stan.
parents like us, like feeling empowered and keep learning and that new field that you're on now, that you can learn just more about, yes, how to protect your kids' rights and know about parental rights, know a lot more about informed consent, which is what Leah does. And then again, like what does that look like now, raising your kids differently that you always being taught to or told to do? Like what does that look like? That can be very scary, but the more you know, the more you can advocate, but the more you're going to feel confident in your choices. And that's what it is. It's all about choice and it's all about informed consent. And that's really what Leah will be talking about is knowing your choices, knowing your rights, and then how do you stand your ground really.
Yes, that's the portion that we love. Stand for Health Freedom is the organization that we're bringing in. Everything we're doing is all getting donated to Stand for Health Freedom. So you can see there that we have tickets for this event. It's all being donated to Stand for Health Freedom. There is a discount code right here, 50% off if you do use the word freedom. Um, but Stand for Health Freedom is really, they're advocating for our basic human rights, our constitutional rights, parental rights. Leah's background is a lawyer, so she is very knowledgeable in the research here, informed consent. And listen, it's not if you agree one way or if you agree the other way, it's get all the information. Maybe you do think mandates are a good thing in this case. I might disagree, but at least I'm going to get that information and then we can make our own decisions. And in the end, that's what it comes down to, making your own decision. You have the freedom to do that. And I think so many times we don't get all the information. We either watch it on the news or we get it on the internet or we Google it. So we're bringing experts in it. And in the 7 years that almost 8 years we've been here, I've never seen an event like this put together where you're getting these experts coming in to educate this community. So we had the opportunity to put this together. What we really need now is we need our patients, this community, people to step up and support it. Like, if you want this information, if you think this is important, we've got to get to these events because if nobody comes, or if people aren't getting the information, then we're just going to keep getting the same stuff that we've already gotten. And the tickets are going quickly. We did a 50% discount for the next 100 tickets. I think we're down to 50 of those left. So please take advantage of that. And then just share that with your neighbor, share with a coworker, whether they're on the same belief or not. Just come get that information, please. Let's get this out to as many people as possible.
Right. And I think like the biggest thing is we all complained the past 3 years, and now we're able to get access to those information. We're getting those experts to come in. We can't complain about what's happening, in 2 or 3 months from now, if when we got the chance, we didn't do anything about it. And to me, in my head, what resonates in my head all the time is looking at my kids in 10 years from now and say, hey, when this was happening, or what would you choose for this? What did you do about it? And that's when every time when I'm maybe too busy doing something else with their schedule, with their sports or work, or too tired, like in my head is, I know something. I know I didn't know enough about this. What did I know? What did I do about it to know more and make the right choice for my family? Whatever the choice is, it doesn't matter what the choice is. It's at the end being educated. I want to make sure when I don't know something, I want to have all the knowledge about it before I make a decision. And that's what I want to tell them in 10 years from now. And that's what I tell them every day right now anyway.
I think a lot of people still associate this with COVID. And COVID may have been like the catalyst that kicked all this off. But it's not. I mean, something else is coming next. And then there's the next thing and the next thing. Right? We want to make sure people are educated. So whether it's COVID or some other issue or disease or another mandate, whatever that comes your way, maybe you do agree with this one, but you're not going to agree with the next one. What are your rights? How do you take care of you and your family? If you're a parent, like I said, who's had to make a choice on whether to keep your job or to do a medical procedure. If you're somebody that's had to make a choice on, do I put my kids in school or do I have to do a medical procedure? If you're being forced into something, that's not right. And we just need to understand what's the best way to go about it and how to advocate for ourselves.
Right. I mean, at the end, it's not anti anything. It's pro-choice for everything.
Pro-choice
for everything. Your rights, how you can keep your choices for everything, for your right as a citizen, but also as your medical choice. So again, it's not anti anything. It's not COVID anything. It is knowing in general, then what are your parental choices and what are your rights? And then what do you do with it? And then we have Dr. Larry again, that's there to really empower us, whatever the choice is. With him, obviously, it's more natural health, holistic health, as a pediatrician that did work in the ER for the past plus 20 years in neonatal care and in New York, that how he's changed also his practice because he's got 20 plus years of experience in seeing trends and see changes. And he's there to really empower us as parents to make the best choices. And that's everything, not just health, but even parenting. I mean, we were listening to him, like he gives some tips on like parentings. We're like, oh my goodness, we got to fix some stuff here. Good thing we have a fourth one. Maybe we'll get it right this time.
Right. Or at least we're getting the education to try our best. And that's what it comes down to. So I know we're really excited about this event. So happy to share this with our community. Please get there, join us, share this with your friends and family, and just help get everybody better so we can just live in a better world for you and for me and for our kids, for our family, for your loved ones. We can't wait to see you there. God bless everybody.